Stop scrolling. Seriously, if you use a computer to earn a living, if you're a filmmaker, a 3D artist, a software engineer, or a data scientist, you're about to enter a zone of pure, unadulterated processing power. We're talking about the next evolution of the Mac Studio. We're talking about the M5 Ultra. Forget everything you think you know about performance bottlenecks, rendering queues, and compilation times. The leaks surrounding this machine, the whispers from the supply chain, the cryptic code fragments we've analyzed, they all point to one definitive truth. Apple is not just building a faster computer. They're building a machine that redefines the very concept of a workstation. This isn't a simple spec bump. This is a quantum leap, a device engineered to make the impossible routine. We're going to spend the next 30 minutes dissecting the M5 Ultra Mac Studio. We'll cover the revolutionary chip architecture, the staggering I/O capabilities, the radical cooling system, and the one hidden feature that will utterly change how large studios collaborate. If you're serious about creative or computational work, you need to hear every single word. This is the blueprint for your next decade of production. This is the M5 Ultra Mac Studio. Let's pull the curtain back on the silicon behemoth. The M5 Ultra chip, breaking the teraflop barrier. The foundation of the Mac Studio's power has always been the Ultra chip, essentially two Mac chips fused together by Apple's high-speed Ultra Fusion technology. But the M5 generation? The game changes completely. Leaks suggest the M5 Ultra will be a 28-core CPU and up to an unprecedented 96-core GPU. Now, those are just numbers, but let's talk about the implication. This core count isn't just about raw speed. It's about specialized parallelism. The CPU is rumored to incorporate a new, highly optimized mix of performance and efficiency cores. Specifically, we are hearing whispers of a new, highly customized pro-performance core designed specifically for heavily threaded professional applications. Think massive Final Cut Pro X timelines, complex Blender renders, or compiling multi-million line code bases. These aren't just fast, they're sustainably fast. But the real magic is in the GPU. A 96-core GPU with a completely redesigned architecture focused on ray tracing performance. The M4 made strides, but the M5 Ultra is rumored to be the first Apple silicon chip to truly compete with, and in some scenarios, surpass, dedicated high-end desktop GPUs from competitors in pure rendering speed. We're talking about real-time or near real-time path tracing in 3D applications. This single feature changes the economic model for animation and VFX studios overnight. The most critical leak regarding the M5 Ultra, however, is the unified memory bandwidth. Industry sources indicate a potential leap to over 1.2 terabytes per second of bandwidth. To put that in perspective, that is several times faster than even the fastest PCIe 5.0 lanes in traditional PCs. This staggering speed means the CPU, GPU, and neural engine can share massive datasets, like a 12K video file or a 100 million polygon 3D model, instantly, with virtually zero latency. That is the secret sauce. That is why Apple Silicon is different. That is why your render times are about to collapse. Memory and storage, the limits are gone. With a chip this powerful, the memory and storage must keep up, and the leaks here are just as staggering. For unified memory, the M5 Ultra Mac Studio is rumored to offer configurations up to an insane 256 gigabytes. 256 gigabytes of blazing fast, unified memory. This isn't just for bragging rights. This is for the data scientists running massive machine learning models. This is for the video editors working with 12K uncompressed footage. This is for the composers running hundreds of software instrument tracks simultaneously. It is designed to ensure you never, ever see the dreaded memory pressure warning again. Your workflow is bottleneck-free. But what about storage? The internal SSD architecture is rumored to receive a significant upgrade. We're hearing of a new, custom controller that pushes read/write speeds past 15 gigabytes per second for the internal SSD. Yes, gigabytes, not megabytes. If this leak is accurate, you could transfer the entire contents of a large external drive in mere seconds. This speed is crucial not just for saving files, but for the performance of APPL. Applications that constantly stream data, like high-end game development environments and database applications. And there's a smaller, crucial leak regarding the internal storage: improved modularity. Whispers suggest Apple may have made the internal storage slightly more accessible or modular for certified service providers, acknowledging the professional need for on-site upgrades and serviceability. This would be a massive win for corporate IT and studio managers. In short, the M5 Ultra system is designed with one goal: to eliminate every single data bottleneck. No waiting for the CPU. No waiting for the GPU. No waiting for the memory. No waiting for the storage. Just pure, uninterrupted throughput. The chassis and cooling, the silent revolution. To sustain this astronomical level of performance, the Mac Studio has to deal with heat, and the leaks surrounding the physical design are perhaps the most fascinating. The external dimensions are rumored to remain largely the same: the iconic, dense aluminum block we know, but the internal structure has received a revolutionary overhaul. Sources close to the manufacturing side indicate a new, patent-pending vapor chamber-assisted cooling system. This goes beyond the traditional fan and heat pipe array. The vapor chamber is expected to span nearly the entire footprint of the chassis, drawing heat away from the M5 Ultra chip with extreme efficiency. This allows the two low RPM fans to spin even slower, making the M5 Ultra Mac Studio essentially inaudible under all but the most extreme loads. Imagine running a 2-hour 3D render at full throttle and only hearing a faint whisper. For sound designers, composers, and recording studios, this silent operation is not a luxury. It's a non-negotiable feature. Furthermore, there is a consistent leak about the front I/O. The M5 Ultra model is rumored to finally include two front-facing Thunderbolt 5 ports. Not Thunderbolt 4. The 256 gigabytes of unified memory and the largest SSD could easily push past the $9,000 mark. While this sounds like a lot, you must compare it not to consumer desktops, but to the professional workstations from Dell or HP, which can cost 2 to 3 times as much for equivalent, and often slower, performance in these heavily optimized creative applications. The M5 Ultra is priced as a tool for generating revenue, and based on the performance leaks, it will pay for itself and save production time almost immediately. As for the release date, the production ramp-up for a chip of this complexity is always slow. The most consistent rumors point to an official Apple announcement event in spring of next year, likely an event in March or April. Actual shipping dates for the Ultra models tend to lag the Max models, so expect the M5 Ultra Max Studio to be available for general purchase in late spring or early summer next year. If you're a studio, a pro user, or a corporate buyer, you will need to plan your budget for that window. The verdict: why the M5 Ultra is the Mac Pro killer. We have spent the last half hour dissecting what is rumored to be the most powerful, most efficient workstation Apple has ever created. Let's briefly summarize the key takeaways. The M5 Ultra chip, up to 28-core CPU, 96-core GPU, with ray tracing focus, and 1.2 terabytes per second of bandwidth. Pure, unparalleled throughput. Memory, capacity up to 256 gigabytes unified memory, eliminating memory pressure as a concept. I/O, front-facing Thunderbolt 5, making 80 gigabits per second connectivity the new standard. The SCE, a hidden collaboration engine that allows studios to seamlessly combine the power of multiple machines. The M5 Ultra Max Studio is not an incremental upgrade. It is an economic weapon. It is engineered to perform the tasks of a high-end rack server inside a silent block on your desk. For the professional audience, the decision won't be if you upgrade,